And we'll wait to the turn of the hour. So I'd like to call the planning board meeting of August 15th, 2024 to order. As recent amendments to open meeting law allows, the planning board will continue holding meetings remotely. Adequate alternative access to meetings is provided through the meeting link and via telephone. We'll introduce planning board members and staff. Top of the list this evening is Doug Cook. I am Rick Noonan, chair. Beverly Bookin, Hank McCarl, Craig Catamatori, our planning director, David Rosen, and Sean is on the East Coast today. So Sean Henry. Let's get this out of the way. And there's Catherine McNiff, aka Mr. McNiff. So under site plan review this evening, we have a site plan review application submitted by Poport LLC for a 50-spot parking lot to be located at 1 Gloucester Crossing, Assessor's Map 262, Lot 13. At the request of the applicant, it has been continued or asked to be continued to the September 19th, 2024 regularly scheduled meeting. So I will accept a motion to move to the 19th.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
We have a motion by Hank McCarl. Just need a second. And Doug Cook, second. Just a roll call vote, please.
Member Noonan.
Yes.
McCarl.
Yes.
Bookin.
Yes.
Cook.
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
And Rosen.
Mr. Rosen.
Hold on.
One more time.
I heard you. Yes. Okay.
Thank you. Next under the agenda is major project review in accordance with GZO 5.7.4. Gloucester Planning Board will review the proposed major project submitted by 20 Main Street LLC for a 24 residential unit mixed use project to be located at 20 Main Street, Assessor's Map 7, Lot 94. Again, at the request of the applicant, they're continuing to the September 5th regularly scheduled meeting of 2024. So I just need a motion to push that to the 5th.
So moved.
Moved.
So Beverly Bookin makes a motion. I need a second, please.
A second.
Doug, thank you. Roll call vote, please.
Member Noonan.
Yes.
McCarl.
Yes.
Bookin.
Yes.
Cook.
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
And Rosen.
Yes.
Okay. Under public hearings on the agenda, in accordance with the provisions of Mass General Law 41 and the rules of regulations governing the submission of land in Gloucester, the Gloucester Planning Board to consider a 2-lot definitive subdivision plan filed by 20 Main Street LLC entitled Chisholm Court Extension at 20 Main Street, Assessor's Map 7, Lot 94. Again, request the applicant to move this to the September 5th, 2024 meeting. I need a motion, please.
So moved.
Mr. Clerk. And we have a second by Hank McCarl. Roll call vote, please.
Member Noonan.
Yes.
McCarl.
Yes.
Bookin.
Yes.
Cook.
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
And Rosen.
Yes.
Glad I'm saving time by just using last names. Thank you. Good. Under other business this evening, release of surety. McNiff Company LLC requests the release of a portion of surety for the Anchor Works at Riverside Ave subdivision. And we please the applicant here, Mr. McNiff. Greg, do you want to just bring us back up to speed on this one?
Sure. So a little while back, most of the subdivisions were completed other than the final course of paving and some other minor items. And so in order to release the covenant for the sale of the remaining lot that was undeveloped, a surety was put in place to allow that sale to proceed, and as well as building. So the treasurer's office has been holding the value of about $50,000 for the remaining work. And over the course of, I think the initial request was in the beginning of the month, the final paving has been completed. So there's just a few remaining items. So there's a request to reduce that surety by $36,000. And Jay can speak to that as well.
Yep.
Thanks for putting me on the agenda tonight. Yeah, we are just about there. Finally, the MBTA has released the property from the eminent domain taking, which allowed us to go ahead and do the final coat of paving in good conscience because they're no longer bringing heavy equipment in. Lot 5 is under development as we speak, slowly. And I let the new owner know, Brian Kelly, who we're going to be actually building the house for now, that we could bring in heavy equipment across the upper portion as well, meaning the commercial building that we still own, thus avoiding the need to go across the brand new paving. So we figured timing was good, get it over with in the summertime. Binder shouldn't be out in the open, very much longer. So we accomplished that. What's left to do is we need to set the granite bounds. For subdivision regs, we got to insert the granite bounds that show the property lines. We're hoping to avoid doing that until the final house is constructed. We can do it all at once. The estimate on that now is about $10,000 after all said and done. So we figured that a $4,000 delta would certainly cover any other little overages that may happen. So we requested the board that we go ahead and release $36,000 to pay for all the paving. I think Greg is sharing pictures of the roadway as it sits now.
Yep.
Very good. Any questions from board members? Hearing none, I guess if I still used a skateboard, I'd come by and check it out.
You'd have to get in line. There's a lot of rollerbladers out there now, Rick.
I'm sure there is. So if I do not hear any other questions, at this point, I would like to take a motion to release the surety in the form of $36,000 to McNiff & Company.
So moved.
So we're going to say that was Doug Cook. I need a second.
I'll second.
Second,
Beverly, thank you. Just a roll call vote, please.
Member Noonan,
Yes.
McCarl,
Yes.
Bookin,
yes,
Cook,
Yes.
Henry,
Yes.
and Rosen.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Pay
Thank
it,
you.
play. Or pay it, at least pay it for it now. Thanks.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You bet. So I guess we have some minutes to deal with.
Do. So start with June 20th.
Okay. Do you have those up, Eric?
I will put that up. There you go.
Feel a little guilty approving minutes without Jane, but we're just going to plow on through.
Don't worry, she provided her comments.
Thank you.
We're all set then.
Have they been incorporated in the draft we have?
I'm not sure that they were yet. I'd have to ask Catherine that. And she is our sole attendee.
Mhm.
Yeah, she's on the call.
Yep.
So any corrections or omissions? I'm
So
sorry.
Catherine's on. So were they incorporated yet, or are these just the draft?
These are the drafts, so
Okay.
I will incorporate.
Okay. So if there's no specifics of other board members, then we'll say incorporating the changes proposed by Jane.
Do we have them someplace we can look at them?
I have her comments that I forwarded. I can pull them up. They were fairly minor.
Okay.
So many windows.
And just for the record, Eric, our staff planner, is present as well. I didn't mention him earlier.
Let's see, I don't see any changes on the June 20th.
Okay. Accept a motion to approve the minutes of June 2024.
So moved. Second,
So we have a motion by Beverly Bookton, seconded by Hank McCarl. Roll call vote, please.
Member Noonan,
Yes.
McCarl,
yes.
Cook,
Yes.
Bookin,
Yes.
Henry,
Yes.
and Rosen.
Yes.
Okay.
July 18th.
And the only comment from Jane on this was there was a period instead of a comma in 2,446 and to spell out Gloucester Housing Authority.
Any other comments on July 18th minutes? Hearing none, I'll accept the motion, Hank.
I'll move with the adjustments suggested by Jane.
Thank you. Punctuation, I need a second, Beverly.
Second.
Thank you. Roll call vote, please.
Member Noonan,
Yes.
Member McCarl,
Yes.
Member Bookin,
Yes.
Member Cook,
Yes.
Member Henry,
Yes.
and Member Rosen.
Yes.
July 25.
And there were just a couple of comments just for the July 24th and July 25th and the August 8th meetings. Just heading that they were special meetings, they weren't regular meetings. And then she just made a reference about a clarification on one of the maps showing the half-mile radius.
Any other questions on the July 25 minutes? Hearing none, I'll accept a motion.
So move, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Hank. We have a motion by Hank McCarl. Second, please.
I'll second.
Beverly. Okay, Sean Henry snuck in there. Thank you. Roll call vote, please.
Member Noonan,
Yes.
McCarl,
Yes.
Bookin,
Yes.
Cook,
Yes.
Henry,
Yes.
and Rosen.
Yes.
Okay.
Last but not least, August minutes. Wow.
And in the August 8th, there was one requested change from, there's a phrase, making changes, change to amend the draft. And that was it.
Okay. Any other comments on August 8th? Hearing none, I'll accept the motion, Hank.
You have a motion to approve as amended, Mr. Chairman?
Okay, for the August 8th, 2024.
Yes, the August meeting.
Beverly,
Second.
thank you. Roll call vote, please.
Member Noonan,
Yes.
Member McCarl,
Yes.
Member Bookin,
Yes.
Member Cook,
Yes.
Member Henry,
I have to abstain. I was not present.
okay, one abstention, and Member Rosen.
Yes.
Okay.
So
And that's
one more minute to break the record.
Can I, aren't we,
Mr.
are we having
Chairman,
a special meeting on August 21st?
So August 21st is a public forum, the third public forum on the zoning proposals for the MBTA communities compliance. So it is not a required meeting of the planning board. It'll be hosted by staff with RKG and its associates to basically present what was initiated by the planning board in advance of the public hearings that'll be held on September 11th and September 26th.
And
that
would you
will be
like us
held
to
in
be
the-
there?
They'll be held in the Rose Baker Senior Center at 6 p.m. You're welcome to attend. No, if you haven't gotten enough and you want to see it some more.
we have all the detail. We have the full write out on it. I
Yes.
suspect that's-
Yes. So we'll take a half step back, talk a little bit about the process, how we arrived where we are. The 9 meetings, fairly long meetings that you have held since March, on this, and its kind of evolution and then the final product.
Okay, would it be helpful for us to be there?
You're always welcome. You're always welcome to attend.
That doesn't answer the
I
question.
leave it
but okay.
entirely up to you. I mean, it will.
Just send us a reminder, Craig. That's.
I will. So I believe Jane
Jane
has volunteered to be the moderator.
Good.
We will take some questions at the end about specifics if people have questions about what's actually being proposed, the districts, the language, but it'll be dominated by kind of a pretty comprehensive presentation of the process to date and then the actual proposal.
What time is the meeting on the 21st?
6.
6 p.m.
Okay, and how about the one on the 11th?
So those will probably have 6:30 starts for the joint public hearings.
Okay.
And after the 11th, what's the one after the 11th?
The 26th of September.
Okay.
So we go from
I'll be away on that one.
So we
Okay.
got what, 4 meetings in September, Craig?
We will see what the agendas look like for the regularly scheduled meetings on the 5th and the 19th, but otherwise then there will be the 2 special meetings or the joint meetings in the off weeks.
Right.
On the 11th and the 26th.
Well, we continued some things from this
Yeah.
meeting to those
Right.
2 meetings, so.
And we'll see where we are if they continue to proceed on those dates.
Fine. Well, Mr. Chairman, if there's no further business to come before us, I'll be happy to enter a motion to adjourn.
Okay, there is just one sort of primer. And we met with the mayor yesterday and Council President Gross. And one of the things that I wanted to assure City Council President Gross that we tighten up sort of our protocol during these joint meetings. So it's going to be fairly choreographed, meaning we'll have City Council on one side, Planning Board on the other. Sean Nolan will be heading up the first joint meeting because Tony's going to be in surgery again for the 3rd time for his knee. So what I'd ask Planning Board members, when there are questions during these joint meetings, that you do it through the chair. You raise your hand, I'll recognize you, and we're trying to keep the input. I mean, we're kind of free range here in our environment, but in the public setting, I'd like to have it a little bit more, by the book. So I'm going to have that discussion with Sean Nolan prior to the meeting in September. But just again, something to think about.
Anything further, Mr. Chairman?
So I'll accept that motion. Just need a second for adjournment.
I'll second.
Thank you, Doug Cook. And that's
Roll
it.
call.
Roll
Member
call.
Noonan,
Yes, sir.
Member McCarl,
Yes.
Member Bookin. Member
Wait.
Bookin.
Beverly,
I think you're muted.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Member Cook,
Yes.
Member Henry,
Yes.
and Member Rosen.
Yes.
we
Okay.
didn't break the record.
I know, but we got
We're
sidetracked.
pretty close. We're pretty close. Have a good
try.
evening.
We're close.
Thanks,
Okay.
everybody.
Take care.
See you guys.
Take
next
care,
week.
everybody.
Next week.